where Valerie Kondos Field giving out final words of encouragement to Mohini Bhardwaj. Mohini needs to score, Amanda, a 9-7-5 to eliminate Georgia. Gym Dogs looking on in the stands. Mohini's dad, Kishal.
Mohini has scored a 9-7-5 or better 9 out of 10 Beaver teams this year.
Remember, Bhardwaj scored a 9-4 on the bars, so the pressure is on.
Beautiful flight series.
Mohini scored a perfect 10 earlier this season against Georgia. Very strong routine. Strength is a factor for her.
She has a lot of strong strength moves in this routine. Showing her control. She needs to hit this dismount right here. Round back full.
That could do it for UCLA. A pressure-packed routine by Mohini Bhardwaj.
Let's watch this flight series again. Beautifully performed. Back handspring, layout, layout.
Mohini Bhardwaj scores a 9-9 on the beam, and Georgia's Suzanne Yonklin knew it was enough to keep Georgia from winning the national championship, and the rest of the Gym Dogs know it as well. So after 5 rotations, UCLA and Georgia running 1-2. They're finished. 1 rotation remains for Michigan, but they have a long ways to go to catch the Bruins. Here's Bonnie Bernstein with a very disappointed Georgia head coach, Suzanne Yonklin.
Last rotation for you is a bye. Basically knowing the outcome of this meet, how tough is it to just kind of sit and wait?
Well, I mean, the waiting is really not a problem right now because no one's going to move ahead of UCLA, and hopefully that means no one will move ahead of us, so we sort of know where we finish, and, you know, we gave it everything we have.
Coming into the day, you said you were going to watch Christy Litchie warm up and then decide what she was going to do. How clutch was she tonight in light of the fact that her ankle was really hurting her?
It was hurting her bad. I mean, she couldn't even do floor. She didn't even warm up vaulting. It was huge, and she went for it because we thought the national championships was on the line, and, you know, UCLA was on beam, and we had an opportunity. We wanted to make sure if they made a mistake that we could take advantage of it. They're an awesome team. They deserve to win.
Congratulations, Suzanne. Thanks.
UCLA marches off with a score of 197-575, and Michigan, the only school left that can catch them. They'll be on the vault when we come back. Welcome back to Athens, Georgia. We have a golf story of our own developing. Special onlooker in the stand today, PGA pro Tom Kite. He's with Bonnie Bernstein.
Well, Craig, Stephanie Kite is a freshman beam specialist for Alabama. Her father, a pretty high-profile athlete himself, Tom Kite, 19 PGA victories, 2 on the senior tour. With your rigorous schedule, have you had a chance to really go to a lot of Stephanie's meets?
Yeah, actually, I've made a special point to make it to a lot of the meets this year. This being her first year, we've been excited about it, and you know, I've formed my schedule based on not only the tournaments that I want to play, but also my kids' schedules, and it's been exciting for us to have a chance to visit her this year.
As intense as your sport is, Tom, what's it been like for you to sit in the stands and watch your daughter compete on the national college level?
Well, it's interesting because a totally different perspective when you're a spectator than you are as a player. You feel like you got control when you're out there performing, and when you're up in the stands, you know, all you can do is sit there and cross your fingers and sweat a little bit for her and hope that she does well.
Tom, thanks. Enjoy the meet.
Tom Kite Great professional. UCLA is now in the locker room. They've completed all 4 events and hold the lead with a score of 197.575. 6th rotation, Michigan, Utah, Nebraska, and Alabama remain. And Bev Plotky in Michigan needs a team score of 49.675 to win their first ever national championship. Amanda, that's a near impossible 9.935 per vault.
It is very difficult on this event.
Shannon McKenzie, a junior from Midland, Michigan.
Performing Yurchenko full. See a step there on the landing.
Amanda, Michigan cannot afford to give away tenths like that if you expect to win a national championship. And to the floor, here is Stephanie Kite.
This is her second tumbling pass. Front full, front tuck, a little bit low on the landing.
Of course, Dad, we know, as a professional golfer, played collegiately at Texas. Her mom played golf at Arizona State. Alabama currently in 5th place. Amanda, they're learning. They'll host this event next year.
And I'm sure they're hoping that the home crowd will be able to help them. Forming a front full through to a layout step out for her last pass.
I think Dad just said you hit it right down the fairway, huh? That score for McKenzie, not enough to overtake UCLA or Georgia. However, Stephanie Kite with a 9.8 moves Alabama into 4th place. And UCLA now knows they are champions again. Well, the story of agony and ecstasy here in Athens. Ecstasy for the UCLA Bruins, agony, Utah. They've been to the championship. They know about it. 9 times they've won. And Utah trying to finish on a strong note here, Amanda, with Teresa Kulikowski on the uneven bars.
Well, this is one of the 2 events Teresa competed here at this competition. And she has beautiful lines. Preparing for her second release move. It's a Kachev right there. Beautiful form. Teresa is doing a watered down dismount right here. Toe front half, maybe a little bit easier on the knee.
This Utah team graduates only 1 senior. It will be very strong next year for Greg Marsden. Kulikowski scores a 9.925. And the final standings, UCLA wins back-to-back championships. Georgia 2nd, followed by Michigan, Alabama, Nebraska, and Utah tied for 5th. UCLA is celebrating another national title, and Bonnie Bernstein will talk to the champions when we come back.
That was really, really, really hard.
UCLA wins their 2nd straight national championship. Georgia in front of the home crowd, battle for 2nd, Michigan 3rd. Let's go to Bonnie Bernstein with a happy bunch of Bruins.
Valerie, it's hard enough to repeat, let alone have to finish on beam with Georgia running down your back, and then you take nothing less than a 9.5.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, I asked every one of them before they went up, you know, it doesn't get better than this. Athletics does not get better than this. Do you want it? And every one of them looked me in the eye and said, yeah. I said, then go get it.
When you look back at the season, how difficult was it to find a way to fit in the Olympians without upsetting a bunch of the girls who helped you get the first championship last year?
That was our most challenge, and it was just making sure that you treat everyone fairly and the same. And it had nothing to do with them being Olympians, It had to do with them coming right off of Sydney and being a little mentally burnt out, and our national champions going, come on guys, we're repeating, let's go. No time to sit down.
Mohini Bhardwaj, UCLA's only senior. Compare the feeling between your first championship and this one, knowing that this was your very last meet as a college gymnast.
Jeez. I don't know. It's just so hard to repeat, and just to have this year go the way it did with the outcome was just unbelievable. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, I'm so happy to be finishing my collegiate career on this.
Congratulations, UCLA back-to-back championships.
Down the stretch, it was a clutch performance by Mohini Bhardwaj. Georgia's second-place score is the 5th highest score ever at an NCAA championship. Michigan didn't get their title, but the Wolverines post their highest score ever at a championship. Coming up next, live final round coverage of the Greater Greensboro Chrysler Classic here on CBS. For Amanda Borden and Bonnie Bernstein and our entire crew, I'm Craig Bolerjack saying so long from Athens. UCLA is on top of the world.